Welcome. I'm Jeremy Strick, director of MOCA, the most widely anticipated exhibition of this season, this year, both I think here in Los Angeles and across the nation, is the show we're opening this weekend, Copyright Murakami. I honestly don't think we've had so much interest in an exhibition since we opened our Andy Warhol retrospective in 2002. And of course the comparison between Murakami and Warhol has often been made. But Murakami is unique in many, many ways. And one of those ways is the fact that Murakami not only has taken the imagery of popular culture, but he has inserted his own imagery back into the popular realm. This is an artist whose range extends from the precincts of the fine art gallery to the production of unlimited edition multiples, whether postcards or t-shirts or toys produced by a company which Murakami maintains, Kai Kai Kiki. And of course, one of the elements of this exhibition is the appearance of a fully functioning Louis Vuitton boutique within the exhibition, as part of the exhibition. And we felt that was crucial to display this unique element of Murakami's work. An exhibition of this magnitude, and if I dare say this magnificent, doesn't occur by accident. It's the result of many people coming together in support of a vision, in this case in support of the extraordinary vision of Takashi Murakami. Now, with that, I would like to introduce MOCA's chief curator and the curator of this show, Paul Schimmel.
I think all of us being here, from the press, the art world, the fashion world, the entertainment industry, from Japan, from the United States, from Europe, is a fulfillment of Takashi's incredible willfulness. He literally brings us together and brings all of these different worlds together. When still in his 20s, he had the foresight, maybe just the insight, to somehow merge his identity with a manufacturer of toys. And as you see when you first come in, Takashi, first in quality around the world. And it turned into a stamp. It went onto the back of paintings. It was the beginning of this sense of an identity that would change and merge and evolve over the last 15 years and in fact represents truly a 21st century vision, a vision that doesn't really separate between geographies, between Japan and the United States and Europe, between high and low, between traditional and popular. In fact, the collision of all these different worlds is in fact Takashi Murakami's world. One of the things I've wanted to try to show all of you is, in a sense, the contrasts and the oppositional nature that runs throughout the entirety of his oeuvre. And no kind of combination of three pieces is more illustrative of that. A very early Timbo Khan mural, an image that goes back to the early 90s. The breakthrough supernova painting from the latter part of the 90s, and this work that has really been the most intense focus of his, in a sense, transformation from a painter into a sculptor, Oval Buddha. And yet when you look at the subjects, the iconography of these three works that span the range of his career, the beauty, the terror, the good side, the bad side, regeneration, birth, destruction, and annihilation. These are the themes you'll see throughout the entirety of this exhibition. The basic layout of the exhibition is, in a sense, a series of oppositions with a kind of formal, chronological walk through the suite of galleries behind us. When you first come in, you're greeted by Miss Coco. She, in fact, was one of the first sculptures and really a breakthrough piece. And yet she is connected to SMPKO2 in its last and final incarnation, advanced, as you see over there. And this one subject both begins and, in a sense, ends and brackets this exhibition. I've tried to recreate as many of the coherent and immersive environments in Murakami's career. It's really where he is, I think, the most successful, where paintings, sculptures, and an environment all merge together. And among the first was the relationship between Hereupon, Lonesome Cowboy, Cream and Milk. Then you follow through a suite of galleries that recreate breakthrough exhibitions, not in museums, but in art fairs. For example, Daube in the Strange Forest, surrounded by the surrealist trio of paintings. The spectacular rooms with the jellyfish eye and the cosmos wallpaper. And for me, one of my favorite moments in the exhibition is when you stand in that room, standing next to the flower ball with its extraordinary vines just going up, an impossible sculpture. And you turn around 360 degrees and you look ahead and you see the jellyfish room with Kai Kai and Kiki. You see this extraordinary self-portrait, not unlike Oval Buddha, except in this picture, Tontonpo puking. It's his guts, it's his imagination. It's the responsibility of running a studio with 100 people that is, in a sense, pouring out. The other part of the show, and one that in fact has achieved a level of attention that we knew would, in a sense, draw a larger crowd in, is Takashi's lifelong commitment. And in some ways, I would say even the soul of his work. And that is, for me at least, this room over here, standing in a sense against this, the most sophisticated and rich sculpture that he's ever made, the most challenging engineering and formal enterprise. But when you look into that room and you see 500 little objects from the early 90s to the present, and you realize how important, should I say, you don't think of commercial work, collectibles, as being something that's the soul of somebody. But in that room, in that archive, in that kind of sort of sterile white environment, all of his images, all of his dreams, all of his imagination is in those little pieces, which are not exclusively available to the rich and the collectors, but in fact are available to everyone. And from the beginning, I felt it was important to show these two worlds equal. The world of his most important paintings, sculptures, and installations, and the commercial work, whether it be collectibles or the luxury goods of Louis Vuitton. It has been one of the great pleasures of my career to work with Takashi Murakami, who it is my honor to introduce.
Thank you, Paul. Welcome to the Copyright Murakami. I have a really good luck in Los Angeles City. Paul Schimmel gave me to the really good title, Copyright Murakami. I have many elements, but best thing is Louis Vuitton store in a museum is really good. So because consumer culture and fine art looks different world, but honestly same thing. Children is my main audience, I think. So I really would like to see the children's reaction. So world is difficult right now. So like global warming has many happenings now. So I got the idea anytime something like that sci-fi idea. So maybe can touch very well with children's maybe. And the students, the young people, much easier to make a message. So maybe this time is very big experimental for me. Oval Buddha and my new stuff in screen room, the animation stuff, is my next challenge, big sculpture and film. Thank you very much to the, Jeremy and Paul, and thank you.